Hi, Yann.
Hello, good morning.
How are you? Oops, I'm in
Good,
my
and
wrong
you?
Zooms. Let me rename this Peyton
So
McDavitt.
you
There
are
we go.
Peyton?
Yes,
Ah,
there we
yeah.
go. I'll rename
Okay.
myself. I'm accidentally in my other Zoom account. How are you doing?
Yes, good. Thank you, Peyton. Welcome to the French Toy Rendez-Vous number 14. Well,
Cute.
we don't know each other, Peyton, but you have been recommended by Marlene Sharp
Mm-hmm.
from US that you probably know. And you will tell me a bit your connection with her. And thanks for joining. I know it's very early for you. You are in Los Angeles, right?
Right. It's okay. I have a 1-year-old. This isn't early. I've been up for hours.
So for us, it's early night. It's 6:30 p.m. France, and
Mm-hmm.
so warm welcome. And in this show, Peyton, before starting and talking about you and your business linked to the toy business, um, the first thing we would like to know is to know a bit more about you, who you are, where are you from, where do you live, what have you been doing young, what have you been studying, to know a bit about you
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, so I was born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts.
in Boston. Okay.
Boston, yeah. I come
I've
from
been there,
a
I
big,
know.
oh,
Nice,
you have?
nice city. I've been there 10 years
Yeah.
ago. My wife, we were having a tour, in New York, Boston and Montreal. And I've been in Boston, 2 days. And it's a nice and relaxing city.
Yeah. It was a really great place to grow up for sure. Yeah, I grew up in a big Boston Irish Catholic family. I didn't know the difference between a wedding and a funeral till I was 12. It's just a huge celebration. Um, and I'm the youngest of three girls. I played field hockey my whole life. I I did my undergraduate at Harvard. I studied the history of art and architecture and got my citation in
Architecture, okay.
Spanish.
Hmm.
Yeah, art and architecture, but not an artist. Our artists are amazing. I can't do that. Um, and then after a brief stint in Santiago, Chile, where I played field hockey and I continued to study, I moved to Los Angeles to pursue the arts.
So you went to Chile, to
Um,
Santiago first. So you speak
yep,
Spanish?
sí,
Okay,
hablo
muy bien.
español, pero he perdido mucho.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
So
it's
yeah,
it's
I've been
nice
I've
to
been
live
living
in
in Madrid,
in
in
Los
Spain,
Angeles.
many years.
Wow,
When,
that's
when when I started my
amazing.
career, yes. So my Spanish is quite
Wow.
good, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this is what I love about Europeans. You all speak many languages. It's a wonderful thing. It's
Yeah,
impressive.
some of us, yes, if you are traveling. Okay. So you were in Santiago de Chile and then you moved to
I
where
moved
did
to
you?
Los Angeles
Okay, why?
to pursue the arts. I had this nagging desire to see if acting was the right thing for me. I had loved theater as a kid. I had grown up doing it. And I sort of couldn't shake this feeling that I was going to regret not knowing what the pursuit of it would be like.
Okay.
So I moved to Los Angeles. I pursued acting first. I went back to acting school. I was able to guest star on a lot of TV shows and did a few movies and commercials. Um, and then about 9 years ago, I was a working actor. I was making my living doing that, and I decided it wasn't the right fit for me. Um,
So first
I was like my poor
you've been
parents.
actor a long time. You have been doing TV shows and
Yeah,
different things, and then you
I was
stop.
an actor for about 6 years. Yeah, I was an actor for about 6, 7 years, and then I pivoted into writing.
So can
And it was one of those kind of wonderful things where I always thought my dream job was to be an actor. And then when I really started to dig into writing, I realized that my dream job it was running parallel to what I thought my dream was. It was just such a better fit for me across the board. And I loved, as soon as I really committed to the writing path, not only did I love it, I found it so rewarding, and I found an easier path to make a living doing it.
okay. So something I forgot to ask you, Peyton, when you were young, when you were a child, what kind of toys were you playing? Do you
Dinosaurs.
remember? Dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs, yes. The Land Before Time came out when I was really little, and I was obsessed. And so I would buy, I would collect, I would find, I would ask for dinosaurs wherever I went. And I would carry around two gigantic tote bags of dinosaur toys, everywhere I went. My mom was like, you can pick a few. And I'm like, nope, I have to bring all of them with me at all times. Yeah,
Sure.
dinosaurs was a really big one for me. I loved trolls.
Uh-huh. Okay.
That was a big one. Barbies. I have
Barbie,
two older sisters, so I was
making
forbidden to
dolls.
play with their Barbies.
Yeah.
Yeah, which made me, of course, want to play. If my sisters told me I couldn't do it, then I waited till they went to school and I played with all of their toys. So yeah, Barbies is a big one. And other than that, sports,
What kind of
anything sport
sports?
related. Field hockey was the primary sport,
Okay.
and then but everything else,
Good.
running, basketball, soccer, baseball. We did it all.
You're a sporty woman. Okay, good.
So those are my main, yeah. 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 It was fun.
Good. Okay, so let's go back to LA. So you have been an actress during many years. In which TV shows or
Hmm.
what kind of shows have you been doing?
I did a guest star on Grey's Anatomy, House,
So you have been doing
um,
very
Criminal
international shows,
Minds.
very known all over the world because
Yep.
we all know those shows in
Hmm.
France, it's very known. So you were, I believe, a very known actress because this is very known. Uh, uh, the
Uh,
Opera House.
I wouldn't say I was known.
We have been seeing you
There's,
many times.
perhaps, yeah, perhaps. But it was a
Because
day
your
player,
face
so
is
it's a little
familiar,
different.
to me. I
Oh.
was watching a bit Dr. House, my wife more, but me a bit.
Hmm.
And so probably your face is familiar.
Oh. They were, some were big parts, but mostly smaller parts, just day player, helping move the story along. But yeah, I had the chance to work with some really incredible actors on some really incredible shows. So I'm really grateful for that time in my life.
Okay. So now let's go to the link with the toy business and what you are doing in your
Yes.
new career. So explain me a bit your connection with Marlene and what you do.
Okay, great. So Marlene is the man, she does everything. She's so incredible. She is championing this project called 101 Reasons Why. And this particular chapter of this world, or world within this universe, is I lost my homework again. So um, I came on board really early in this process. I had worked with Larit Topaz um, on a couple other projects, and her husband Liron, who is an animator at DreamWorks.
Yes.
So I had the opportunity to work with them on a few different projects. And one day, Larit called me up and said, I have this ingenious, totally wild director friend who has a great idea. Would you hear it and consult on it if you like it? And I said yes. I said yes, I will consult on it. I hadn't even heard it, but Reed has spectacular taste, so I knew if she thought it was a good idea, it was. Um, and then after I met Ophir, who is the creator, I I called Larit back and I said, I am bursting with ideas, not only for this particular storyline, but I think we can blow this out into a huge universe that encompasses so many things that would be appealing to kids, address so many issues that kids are dealing with, but do it in such a fun, lighthearted way. And so she said, yeah, come on board and let's do that. Let's make it big. And that's what we've been doing. So we've developed an entire universe, but of course we had to zero in on, what our entry point or our presentation point to the world would be. So our foray is this graphic novel, 101 Reasons Why I Lost My Homework Again, The Snotty Snail. So this is our inaugural graphic novel, and we are going to be publishing several of these graphic novels.
Yes.
And then in the future, we'll be doing TV shows, and we're going to follow other characters. So Danny, the lead character in I Lost My Homework Again, he is a student in Mr. Gilbert's class. And so every day he arrives at school and has to explain why he doesn't have his homework. And it's some crazy, wild, wonderful story. Every other student in Mr. Gilbert's class has something that they're struggling with. You know, afraid of the dark. They cannot be on time to save their lives. They will not eat their vegetables. And so as we explore other characters, we'll visit whatever they're struggling with to overcome.
Okay, so this is a book, and you want to adapt it to TV show, right?
Yes, we want to adapt this book particularly to a TV show, and we also plan on doing other storylines.
And other storylines. Okay.
So Danny has these great classmates, and they all have different hurdles that they're trying to overcome.
Okay, and you are looking for distribution for this book, or how do you want to? What's the way of distribution?
That is Larit and the business team are handling distribution. Okay. I believe they've already set that up. Okay. You know, I don't actually have the answer to that question.
Okay, good. I understand. So this is what you are doing. Okay, perfect. Yeah. So do you have other link with the toy industry, or this is the link that you have with?
Larit does. So Larit is entrenched in animation and toy. Neko Productions, which is Larit's company, they do the animation for Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
And a few other entities. And her Hiron, who is the DreamWorks animator, of course, DreamWorks has all of their paraphernalia for all of their movies as well. So they have a lot of connections into the toy world.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. So what about yourself, Peyton? Do you know a bit France, my country, or do you have any knowledge about this country?
Yes. I have been to Paris. Yes. It's so beautiful. Yes. I spent a summer in Europe because as a writer, another perk of being a writer versus being an actor is I was able to work remotely. So I brought my work and I came to Europe, and I went to, where did I start? I think I started in Spain and visited in San Sebastian, and then Madrid, then Paris. Then I went to Switzerland to visit a friend there, and then up through Iceland to visit a friend there. And then back home. But Paris stole my heart. I felt very Parisian. I had these nice slow mornings at a cafe doing some work, and then meandering around the city and seeing all the sights. And my greatest compliment was when somebody came up to me and asked me for directions in French. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm not from here, but thank you.
So you were inspired in Paris.
Yes, I was. It was wonderful. And everything, I mean, everything's amazing. It's so beautiful there. Victor Hugo's house. Oh my gosh.
So when was that?
Yep. That was 2016 or 2017.
Okay. A few years ago.
I can't quite remember. Yeah. Yeah. So I have to come back. I'm overdue.
Next year we have the Olympic Games.
Mm-hmm.
Paris, not only in Paris, but in France. Huge event for us.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
That's going to be busy.
So what else, apart from this book and this adaptation on TV show that you want to do with Neko, do you have more projects to come, or what do you want to do after?
After this? Well, I'm hoping that this is what I'm doing for the next several years. Okay.
You hope to have
and I'm excited about it.
And new things to do.
Yeah. And animation is a really interesting process in that, Ophir and I will work together on the story, and that at a certain point it gets passed over to the illustrators and the artists, and we're a little bit less involved in that case. And Ophir is not, because he's a director, so he's pretty involved in the day-to-day of the animation piece, I'm less involved in that, and I can sort of turn my attention to the next story.
Mm.
But otherwise, I'm always writing. I'm always pitching movies. I've written a couple horror films that I think are fun, which is always really surprising to people because I have a pretty sunny personality. But I enjoy that genre to write, not to watch, oddly enough. And a few other, I'm always consulting. I'm a story consultant for many other people as well. So I'm always working on helping other writers achieve the best version of their story. And I love that. I find that work really rewarding.
This is really where you want to focus on the writing part. This is what you like to do. Okay.
Yeah. And I love writing and I love helping other writers.
And if someone, Peyton, is calling you for being an actress again, what would you say?
It depends on the part. I do think I will go back at some point and do one role. The last thing I acted in, I was a little bit disappointed with my performance, to be totally honest. I felt like I was a little bit. It was a Christmas movie. I wasn't very
Christmas
good
movie.
in it.
The typical Christmas movie that we see.
Yeah.
Okay. Or in the same
super
studio.
Cheesy, super cute. Yeah. Right. I was a little bit rusty at the time because I had been kind of entrenched in the writing world, and a friend asked me to come back and act in his film. And yeah, I was rusty. It's a lot like playing a sport or playing an instrument. If you haven't done it for a while, you're just not sharp. Unless you're Meryl Streep, I'm sure she's always sharp. But I was not sharp personally. So I look back at that as sort of the capstone of my acting career. And it's a little bit disappointing for me. So at some point, I think I need to do a redemption role for myself. So yes, the answer is if it was a good part and somebody asked me to be in something, I would work really, really hard to get back in shape, and I would try to end on a different note.
Okay, Peyton. So I wish you a good luck on that, and I hope that you will find what you like and that you can still write and find new stories. And to end the show, Peyton, there is a little tradition. It's to do a funny face, in petit grimace. You have to do. Show me your funny face.
I have to show you my funny face?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take my headphones off because I gotta use my ears for this.
Okay. Thank you, Peyton.
Did that work?
Yes, very good. This is the end of the show. It was a little show. Thank you for joining, Peyton, and we keep in touch, and all the best to you.
My pleasure. Same to you, Yann. Wonderful to meet you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye.